Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Kim McGillis joining you from Ontario, Canada on a Saturday, which is typically not a day that I join. It is September 13th, and I decided to join on a Saturday just because I couldn't come earlier on this week, so I said that it was going to come on this weekend. So you are saving me. We are doing some yard work, and I just took the time to come on here to show you a card for today. It's going to be exciting. It coordinates with all the cards that we've made this week. So mostly you will probably catch the replay. If you're catching the replay, please say hello, please say where you're from, and maybe replay as well. If you are catching me live, I would love to know where you're watching from. And maybe we're going to get some new people here today just because it's the weekend and it's typically not when I do decide to come. This week I am using a beautiful collection from the online exclusive. So if ever you've been here this week, on Monday, I shared this beautiful card. Oop, it moved a little bit here. This is the one that we made together, so you could always catch the replay on my YouTube channel, or you could also see the link for that, which is on my website, my blog, so it's kimmcgillis.com. I love the colors and the combination, so you get to see step by step. We also, I showed you this version, which was part of a color challenge, and I explained all of that, so you could look at that one as well. And then yesterday I came on and we did this simple one, but I truly love it and I find that it coordinates beautifully. So if I toss this aside and I add it right here, you see how I like to build card collections and make everything coordinate. And that's why I signed up as a demonstrator with Stampin' Up, because I find it easy that I don't need to think about how am I going to coordinate all these cards and colors. They do this like beautifully without me even trying. The suite collection is called Gathering Together. If ever you have gotten or purchased it, please give me a thumbs up or maybe like a little heart saying that you did get that collection. It is very truly beautiful, and as I'm playing with it together all week long, I decided that it was one of my favorites. I am keeping the toile one for a special event that I'm hosting live next Saturday. I have 2 kids, so if ever you want to come to my home in Ontario, we're doing like this fun potluck. We love to sit outside during lunchtime, that sort of thing. You could message me and I could explain how it works. I have 2 kits left, that's it. But that would be with the other collection. So today I'm still featuring the colors that come from the designer series paper, and they are basic beige, crushed curry, early espresso, Cajun crave, and craze, and old olive. So very much a beautiful palette. I haven't used too much the crushed curry yet. Just, I don't know why. I stuck with the other colors, but it's kind of fun. And then the suite also comes with this old olive and early espresso linen thread, which I need to get like lots more, because we normally get that brownish crumb cake look, but I'm very excited about what they came up, and this will be very useful for Christmas as well. And then the dies are here, but there's some that are missing. Sorry about that, just because we've used them yesterday. So you get to see those little tidbits, and I am keeping my little tapes on there. But everything you can die cut, from the mushrooms, the acorns, these little tiny images like little berries, that sort as well. And it is part of that suite. There's 11 pieces, which is kind of fun that you don't need to do some fussy cutting and that sort of thing. So I do love that. We won't need them today just because I'm doing a card that's totally different. And there's also those Cajun craze little dots that we've used, and they are part as well from the suite. So it's kind of easy to just press a button and then you could just order them all. I also love that what's part of this collection, and I saw somebody write to me on YouTube that they were driving and they couldn't figure what the image was. Please don't watch me while you're driving. That scared the heck out of me. But it's called Gathering Leaves Embossing Folder, and they're kind of little branches or leaves So she was wondering what was the image, but I guess I could bring it a little bit more up close. And here I cut one of them just so you get to see. This one is cut from the DSP like what we did yesterday with a card, which you could always catch back up on my blog. So kind of fun. I love this embossing folder. It's it's 3D. It's pretty thick, but it's big too, so it'd be great for scrapbooking. So Lucy said, seeing this set in the catalog did not catch my attention, but your collection is just so beautiful. Whatever you work with becomes a lot. Yeah, so it is not in the catalog, so if ever you're trying to find it, it's really part of the online exclusive, and I know that's what she meant by that. Yes, it is a beautiful collection for sure. And the designer series paper is stunning. I just went with a little bit more of a neutral palette, but if I bring back all the other colors, I'm almost like tempted to kind of do like a scrapbook, like a mini scrapbook. I have a layout that I've worked on, but like and I showed this earlier on, but you see like there are bright colors on the opposite side. So if you prefer the brightness, you could just choose anyone. I love this one too. It's stunning. And then maybe I'll use it tomorrow because I will be on tomorrow at noon too. So it's kind of fun too because Chris watches football. So he was like, whenever you go and craft, you leave like for a long time. And I'm like, no, I won't leave for a long time. So you get to see all of these palettes. I promised him that I was going to go help him out. Like, how beautiful are these three together? So, and there's also like a old olive. I will post them on the blog where you get to click on the actual paper and you could bring it up close if you want to see a close-up look as well. But I won't make this too long because I know he needs my help outside today. We do these housework as a team. So today I wanted to talk about Gathering Moments, which is this stamp set that comes with the collection. So here, I don't know if you're new to this or if you've known what these are down here, but these are not new to Stampin' Up. They are called distinctive like stamps image. So what are those? They're special textures that adds that specific depth and dimension in a single stamp. So when we're stamping, it adds that depth. So those are called distinctive. So they are fun. Like this week, I've like stamped on, but today we're just gonna stamp on regular basic white cardstock, just so I get to show you how fun they are. And if you don't want a die cut, they are. Anyways, I love them truly. Like they're great for that. So we're gonna do that today. So I'm gonna toss these aside. And I'm just going to continue with my same color palette. So I'm going to go with my basic beige. Good afternoon, Beverly. Hope you're doing fine in this beautiful weather. So now we are back in Ontario. I was in Regina, Saskatchewan for almost a year, and my husband was there a lot longer than me, and now we're back in Ontario. So I'm happy. Like it's about what, 22 degrees Celsius here. There's a little breeze, but right now we're working in the sun outside and it's a bit warmer. Allô Lynn, Lynn est là. Elle dit j'adore ce jeu et ce que tu en as fait. Ah ben merci beaucoup Lynn. So Lynn is sharing that she loves this. She's sharing her comment in French, which reminds me, if ever, in French, it's called tas de fun. And I love it so much, and I love the font so much that I just ordered the stamp set in French because I live in a little community where everybody speaks French. So it's kind of fun to be able to stamp that. So if ever, it is linked as well. Okay, so we have basic beige, 4 1/4, and I'm just going 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored at 5 1/2, and I use basic beige because I found that the white was a bit too much for me as a bright color. But if you want to use basic black, that's fine. I just want to say that if you're going to be watching me, like I'm going to come into the Christmas stuff, you might want to order packs of basic beige because I'm going to be using it with another collection very soon. So if you're running low on basic beige, I suggest you add it in your cart. And if you don't have a demonstrator, you could always shop with me. If you're a demonstrator, then you might want to add it on as well. So, and then I just continue with that same beautiful designer series paper. If you want to go more bold, you can switch it on this side, but it is 3 1/4 by 5 1/2 actually. I am going to use the full length for this piece right here. And my tendency is when I start making a lot of cards, I like to make little holders for them. So I try to do that. Am I going to get this glue out today? I might have grabbed the wrong one. If not, I could just use little pop-ups. It's my green glue. Let's see. The other side sometimes works better once it hasn't been used in a while. There we go. Oh, it's unblocked. Here we go. It's because I have a holder for it, but because I'm not stamping in my proper area, I'm in my office, I didn't bring my holder, so I'm just gonna move it right here. So here we go. In Ontario, it's humid, so I like to use the green glue because once it's set for good. So I am gonna layer like these little branches, leaves, like standing up like in that direction where the leaves are all popping up, actually like this and not in like this, so you get to see which side but that's a Kim thing. I don't know if that's how you are. My husband was saying this morning, he's like, oh, Riley's gonna be so happy. Riley's our golden retriever because we're working outside, so she gets to enjoy being out all day with us. Okay, so you see we've got this one right here. Now comes this stamping, which is, like I said, a very simple card today. So it's 2 3/4 by 5 1/2 that we're just gonna layer right on top here. You see how white it is? It's like freaking me out a little bit. Oh, Paul is there too. Happy Saturday. Do you have like a coffee in your hands right now? So now comes the part of distinctive stamping. And just gonna grab a scrap piece here. Are you all crafting like Christmas stuff? Or are you in summer stuff or fall? I'm still in fall. I'm still in fall and I'm trying to stamp as much as I can for my event on Saturday because I want a little display of a bunch of different fall things. So that's why I did that. Okay, so we're just gonna grab this piece right here. And I'm gonna start with Early Espresso. So Paul, if you're just catching us, what I was saying is how this stamp set is a distinctive stamp set, which is kind of fun. And that's what I'm showcasing today and highlighting today. Then I'll go back and help the husband outside. Okay, so we're gonna start with Early Espresso. I continued, you'll notice, with the same color theme for the entire cards this week. So meaning Early Espresso was the color that I've used for this one all week long. So now you'll want to be a little bit more careful. Normally I'm not careful because I'm doing all the die cutting, but today we'll try our best. So I'm going with the bigger leaves first. So this is what I mean by the distinctive. You get to see that there's like little shadows, and the stamp set does its work all on its own. I'm gonna add one right here. See, this is exactly what I didn't want to do. Gosh, let's flip it around. Why did I do that? Okay, let's start again. I'm always stamping away from me, so it's a little harder. So let's try. You don't really need to press hard, so maybe just try that. And you know what? This one, let's flip it upside down. Ah, better, much better. So now you get to see that distinctive image. I'm gonna add another one right here. So don't press too hard. If you press too hard, this is what's gonna happen. So you don't need to press hard. It's a bad habit that I have. I don't know why I do that. Ooh, Paul is saying no coffee, just a protein shake, doing laundry right now. Then I'll be making some fall cards for a team swap. Love that. Love that. I am doing this month a shoebox swap with my team. So on Monday, I think the date is the 29th, we're doing a team shoebox swap. Now I have people that are across Canada that can't do that with me directly, so they have to mail theirs in. But I don't know if you know what a shoebox swap is. It's pretty exciting. It's you pre-cut like all your pieces like what we're doing now, and then people just go to your little box and assemble the card, and then we exchange. So by the end of the night, you get like a bunch of different cards, which is so fun. So now I am using Cajun Craze. Look how beautiful. This is the part that I'm sharing that I love about these distinctive stamp set. It's like we're almost creating our own paper. Perfect. Look at that. I don't know if you get to see it from afar, but it is pretty, very pretty. Now let's go with Old Olive. And with my previous two cards, I didn't make a lot of the Old Olive pop up, but I am going to today. So a lot more Old Olive here. Let's bring one right in here, one here, and maybe a little branch right here. That's so cute. My goodness. Look at that. Now, we talked about the acorn this week. You could use pecan pie as a color, but I was sharing with you how if you want, you could also use early espresso and then just stamp off. So we are stamping off here. And then we're just gonna add, let's see, where does it fit? It's getting tight, it's getting super tight. Maybe a little one here, and then a little one in here. And it's okay that they touch each other. And I'm gonna flip it upside down, stamp off once, and then here. Yes, so we have this part. And now for my maybe two last parts is I'm using, look at this one. This one is one of my favorites actually. We're gonna use Basic Beige. And I'm just gonna stamp a little bit of images of the Basic Beige here and there. You can off stamp as well and then go stamp in the middle if you wanted to. I'm just keeping it on the outskirts right here. Same thing, you could use these little images as well. So they're kind of fun. I'm almost tempted to try it. Do I not? I'm like, do I try this? I want to see how light it is. Oh, it's pretty dark still. Okay, so now let's grab either our light Old Olive, or you could also use Mossy Meadow. I'm adding a little bit of punch of colors right here. I'm also going to be using my blending brush with the Basic Beige and just adding a little bit of Basic Beige in there softly, because I want some of the white to come and pop up, but I want some of it not to. Look at this. It's like we just made our own designer series paper. And it's just gonna layer here right on top. I love this. It's so pretty. I don't know if you get to see. So Paul said that his team just did a shoebox swap, and since he lives in Utah, and they are all in Canada, he sends a completed cards. I love that. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, so I did want to bring in this beautiful Coordinating Espresso linen thread that goes with the collection. So we are going to use that also. Now, let's grab a shape. What do I have here? Like I said, I'm not in my usual spot, so let's see what we have. I want to use Yesterday we used the banner dies. Today we're gonna go with the stylish shape dies because they're right here, so it's kind of easy. Let's see. I go with this one. Yep, I think this is the one that I'm gonna use for today. So I'm gonna go with this one. Let's see this length of this one. It's either one or the other. See, this one's too small. So we're gonna use the bigger one. And you could use any die that you have. Like, you don't need to use the stylish shape. It's the ones that I have right here. So that's why I'm doing that. Now, do I have some basic white here? Yes, I do. See, I got leftover from yesterday. I'm just gonna cut this off. Obviously, I should have gone online ahead of time and checked what other patterns that we could have used, but we'll use this one for today. When you see my photo, it might be different. Sometimes I do that. I switch things around, but you get the point, right? Okay, so toss this aside. Bring this back in. And now, let's see, which greeting can we use today? I want to try to do something different. So maybe the many thanks today. Let's see if it fits. I think it will be good. I think it will look great. Toss this. I am going to use early espresso. If you want to use crushed curry or olive, whichever one you want, you may do so. I don't know where the base of the stamp set is, so I'm not going to mount it right away. Here we go. So let's grab early espresso, and I don't assemble anything until I'm sure that it's okay, because I make mistakes sometimes when I'm stamping. So I don't want to assemble it and stick it. So let's see. That's good enough. Pretty good, actually. Now let's grab our 1/8 circle punch. You know I use this one all the time. And give me a second here. I'm not measuring, but I do want like a little guide here. So just marking it with a pencil. And then we could just tuck it in, and we are punching exactly where we want. This little trio punch is like the thing that I use non-stop. I love it so much. I don't know if you have the trio punch, put a little heart, put a little thumbs up. It is pretty darn fun to use. Now, this is a scrap piece. I'm just gonna go back here, and we are gonna stamp off with the basic beige, and I'm gonna add a little bit of marks of basic beige here and there, because we want it a little vintage and old because it's fall. And then let's grab again our basic beige, and I am gonna add some right in here and mixing it. Perfect. Now I showed you how to cut these fibers this week, so let's go ahead and break these fibers with our bone folder. There we go. Now let's bring on our card. It might be slightly too wide, so I might use something a little different. You might see it with a slimmer one. Like, I feel like it's almost a little wider than I would want. Give me a second. If you want to keep it that way, you can. It's not the look that I'm going for, so I'm gonna cut it a little bit. And I don't care that I don't have the little parts here, little dots. Doesn't really bother me. Okay, so I am chopping my little dots off. I'm gonna flip it on the other side. And I'm chopping them up here as well. I want it a little bit slimmer. And let's grab the snips. So I'm changing it totally. You could keep it exactly like you want. For me, it's too wide. So I'm shrinking it. I do that sometimes. I'm losing the entire look of it, but it's okay. So I just decided to go with the basic. I don't know, it wasn't my thing looking at it. It didn't just stand out, but I will find another die that it will make it pop. Okay, so now let's mount this here on dimensionals. And just gonna pop it up on the four corners here. It's like the day that you want to open your windows to let that nice fall breeze come in. And apparently it's going to be like 27 degrees Celsius here later this week, so our pool's still running. Okay, so we got this step right here. Oof, this one bothers me a little bit, but anyways, I'll fix it later. So grab yourself some twine. And that's why I'm using the dimensionals. I just want to tuck it in. If you have dental floss, you know that it's like a little loop. You could almost loop it in so it would just cross over. I don't know if you know what I mean. I don't have any here, so. But it's like a little dental floss loop, so you don't need to go and pull it off. Could have placed it ahead of time, but. Okay, here we go. So we have this part right here. We'll add our little mini tanks on here. And we're gonna tuck it right at the back here. It's gonna slide and it's gonna tuck it right back out here. And I'm doing it on purpose that I want it to lay, that we have it on both sides. So let's cut this piece here. You know I'm going to change it, but anyways, I'm just showing you the way. Okay, so we're going to tie this right about here. And then if ever you're happy with your shape, you can add a dimensional if you want, or you could leave it this way so then it pops up. Oh, love this. It's starting to look good. So it's a fabulous way of using the ribbon, adding your own distinctive. And then, if you want, you can also add a couple of leaves and coordinating acorns, which I've showed you how to stamp ahead. And these could just pop up on the side.